by myself again. Let me get in front of you, Bobby.
Because if they can do it, they can take the court.
Follow the same road so we don't.
Hi, Lonnie. What's up, bruh?
I'm too busy worried about my damn song. We gotta stay here.
Where are you going? Go, sis. The mom is out here. We out here. We're not supposed to be going out here.
Marcus, what's up?
Janet!
Hi, baby.
Yes, sir.
I love you. Mwah. Hold this. This is my daughter, y'all.
You see? Hey, what's up?
She's right there.
Down the tour, baby, sis.
Yeah. I don't know how I did it. Don't tell nobody I'm in here. Don't tell nobody.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, nor the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Thank you.
Please be seated. That was a great rendition. That brother should have been on American Idol last night. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, President Herring, members of the Board of Trustees, Chancellor Dr. Wise Allen, esteemed faculty, administrators, staff, family and friends, and most importantly, the class of 2012. My name is Dr. Eric Gravenberg, Vice President for Student Services, and I'm honored to welcome you to Merritt College in the 2012 commencement exercises. This year we have graduated more than 800 students, and it makes me incredibly proud and happy to see so many students improving their lives in education and giving back to the community. As presiding official, I take great pleasure in calling these proceedings to order. And I also want to remind everyone in honor of our ancestors, this is a respectful occasion, and I want all of you to be really proud of those that are before you. And I also want to recognize all of you that have struggled very hard. To begin these proceedings, I am pleased to call upon President George Herring to introduce our platform guests. President Herring.
Good afternoon. It is my pleasure to introduce the platform guests for this afternoon. You've already heard from Dr. Eric Gravenberg, Vice President of Student Services here at the college. Anita Black, Vice President of Instruction. Dr. Gina LaMonica, Dean of Workforce Development. Horace Graham, Dean of Special Programs and Grants. And now let me introduce the members of the Board of Trustees. Trustee Cy Galessa, President. The Honorable Dr. William Bill Riley. The Honorable Bill Withrow. Not here is Dr. Abel Guion, Marcy Hodge, the Honorable Linda Handy, and not here also is Dr. Nikki Gonzalez Ewing. Student Trustee, Estreem Brunfield. Student Trustee, Rich Copenhagen. Student Body President, Sidney Anderson. President of the Academic Senate, Dr. Taysoon Park. President of the Classified Senate, Molly Sealand. Vice President of Budget and Finance, Mr. Ron Guion is not here. Vice Chancellor of Educational Service, Dr. Debbie Budd. Vice Chancellor of General Services, Sadiq Ikaro. Peralta Foundation Board Trustees, Karen Freeberg. Valedictorian. Let me take my time in pronouncing this. Takuja Runyo Loro Francis. Salutatorian Irene Marie McCullen. Chancellor Trophy winner Ronald Lewis Moss. At this time, I will have remarks from those listed in the program. I take great pride in introducing the Honorable Cy Galessa, President of the Peralta Community College Board of Trustees. I'm turning it over to you.
All right, thank you very much, George.
I think we need to tear these once they.
Hey, good afternoon, Merritt College class of 2012, and hello to all. Look at them out there. Wow. Hello. Hello, all you moms and dads and brothers and sisters and wives and husbands and kids and neighbors. You know what? We have a wonderful show for you this afternoon. It's an all-star cast of good-looking. Look at them, aren't they? Good-looking. very talented and very smart graduates. My name is Cy Galassa. I'm the president of the Peralta Board of Trustees and the boss of most of these people that are here on the platform. My job as trustee is to make sure that every tax dollar we get goes to make you as smart as you want to be. And you've succeeded, haven't you? Did you know that on average, Peralta invested 30,000 taxpayer dollars in each and every one of you to get this exclusive seat here this afternoon on what is known as the grassy knoll of Merritt College? And that's not counting all the money that your family spent and you spent. But you know what? That was a smart investment on all our parts, and smart of you to take such excellent advantage. You are all winners. Your gift of education keeps on giving, and in time, you too, as taxpayer and big contributor to the Peralta Foundation, I think you didn't get the message, and big contributor to the Peralta Foundation, you will support all of those who come after you. Now, you have earned this seat that you have here this afternoon. You were yanked out of your cozy and predictable lives, made to snake in hours-long lines, do bloody combat with the Peralta's evil website, and wait eons for financial aid, and take up arms against the trustees for not delivering it sooner, and take daily doses of mind-altering classes. And at the end, this is at the end of every semester, naked and trembling, you enter the lion's den of final exams. And then after years of sweat and tears and tests, separated by intervals of rest and procrastination, you at long last arrived in your seat here this afternoon. And as your reward for hard, smart work, we've asked you to listen to many speeches this afternoon. Speeches that will test how far your attention span can be stretched before snapping. And speeches that will demonstrate how well you can fake listening to us while sending and receiving text messages from friends. Custom also requires the giving of advice at graduations, a custom that dates back to Adam and Eve. As most of you know, Adam and Eve were evicted from a plush life in a gated community and forced to learn new career paths. Adam worked for peanuts and berries, and Eve raised two kids, Cain and what's the other one's name? Hey, you're going to get credit for for that. And one day Eve said to the kids, "Okay, guys, enough homeschooling. I've taught you new job skills and awarded you certificates and associate degrees, so it's time to go do your own thing. It's called graduation." And in the middle of packing and grumbling, the boys stopped and thoughtfully asked, "Mother, do you have any words of advice that we may take with us?" And Eve said, "Oh, sure, you mean a graduation speech, don't you?" Now, Eve could have told him to watch out for snakes and Fuji apples and the dreaded tree of college. But instead, she made it smart and simple. Boys, listen up. As you pack up for your journey into the mountains and deserts, take something for when it's cold and something for when it's hot. And don't forget to call home. Now, that's smart advice. It can get cold and lonely out there in the future, so pack a lot of warm thoughts about days like today, the sweet thrill of success, the glow of all of those out there who really care about you so much, and the joy of knowing, yes, I can do it. And it can get pretty hot out there as you race to the top, and easy to morph from smart to smartass. And when that happens, cool it. Take off your shades and rest under the shade of your own overarching tree of self-knowledge. Remember your roots and all those who watered them and pruned ignorance and selfishness and greed from your branches, and especially all those who raked up and washed your dirty socks. Congratulations and fare thee well, class of 2012. Don't forget to vote for Measure B. the Peralta parcel tax that will keep Merritt's doors open for all those students following your example. What's the name of it? Measure B, as in Baker and Beautiful. All right. You know, all of these, that money will go to support those who follow you and who dream of sitting here one day too. And finally, don't ever forget to call home. Eve will keep the light on for you. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee. I now present the Honorable Dr. Wise Allen, Chancellor of the Peralta Community College District.
Congratulations, class of 2012. About 35 years ago, the trustees of the Peralta Community College District decided to create an award known as the Chancellor's Trophy. Each year, nominees at each college are evaluated by a combination of factors, including scholastic achievement, citizenship, leadership, service to the community. To quote the original trustee action establishing the award, it is to recognize the student who best exemplifies the spirit and goals of the Peralta Community College District. With this in mind, and properly so, the recipient of this year's award goes to the one and only Ronald Moss. Yeah, you can. He is graduating today, with highest honors, summa cum laude. Despite facing many life's challenges, including dropping out of high school in the 9th grade, as a reentry student at Merritt, he became involved with the Maximum Achievement Program, better known as MAP, where he started as a student participant and eventually evolved as a leader, assisting his fellow students to navigate the challenging role of being a full-time student. He was subsequently hired as a peer advisor for MAP and is currently the Vice President of Leadership of the Beta Theta Lambda chapter of the Phi Theta Kappa International Honor Society. He was also elected as a student senator of the Associated Students at Merritt College for the 2011-2012 academic year, where he was involved in the implementation of a 12-step meeting for recovering substance abusers and serving as a behavioral health and wellness personal counseling team. Additionally, he was selected to the Community College League of California 2012 All-American Academic First Team.
That's this one.
And was awarded a silver medal by the 2012 Coca-Cola Scholarship Foundation.
That's this one.
Ronald unfortunately lost his daughter in August of 2010, and as a result, he and his wife now have custody of their 4 grandchildren. He remains very committed to giving back to his community by helping and encouraging those who are less fortunate, particularly those who have addiction and mental problems. He has an overall GPA of 3.89 and has been accepted to my alma mater, San Francisco State University, and to Cal State East Bay as a psychology major. He is planning to pursue a doctorate degree in psychology and aspires to continue to serve as a role model to his family and to his community by demonstrating that overcoming adversity is possible through hard work and belief in oneself. Please join me in congratulating Ronald Ross as I present him with a trophy gift, certificate, and a check for $1,000. Congratulations, Ronald. And this is your $1,000. This is your $1,000 check. You just go cash it, and they'll turn it into dollars.
Dr. Allen,
Yes.
this is more important than the money, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Good luck.
It is now my pleasure to introduce the Faculty Senate President, Dr. Taesoon Park.
Hello. I'm Faculty Senate President Taesoon Park. Can you hear me? So I had better put my eyeglass on. Fellow family, friends, faculty, staff, administration, and guests. We are here to welcome the graduating class of 2012. Graduate, be proud of yourself. You have all worked so hard and achieved your goals, including passing the last math class that you postponed to take for a while. Thank your family, friends, and whoever helped you to get here. Today represents a new beginning. You may transfer to a four-year university or find a new job with a new certificate. Whichever path you choose, have the courage to follow your dreams, your passion, your heart, and your intuition. Always be willing to take risks and never doubt about yourself. Be persistent, be sincere, and keep your personal integrity. Whatever happens, do your best and move forward, and amazing things will happen. Have faith in yourself and who you are. Friends, faculty, staff, administration, and guests, let us give a hand to the graduating class of 2012 and the families. Thank you all.
Thank you, Taesoon. It is now my honor to introduce the Classified Senate President, Molly Seelan.
Welcome, Dr. Herring, esteemed guests, Chancellor Allen, faculty, administrators, classified professionals, and of course the main attraction today, the graduates. You have climbed the mountain. Campus Drive is a steep hill, a metaphor for the trials in community college in these unprecedented times. Education has changed drastically since I started here in 1996. Classes are bigger, teachers are fewer, support staff has been reduced. It's a lot more difficult to get the classes you need to reach your educational goals. So congratulate yourselves on a job well done. You should be proud of all your accomplishments. I had many positive role models in my career here at Merritt College. Dr. Herring, especially, has been an inspiration to me. As acting president, business manager, vice president of student services, interim president, he's shown by his actions that keeping this college open and accessible to the community is worth every effort. I started as a student in 1996. I worked as a student aide in the greenhouse. I worked as a temporary, hourly, classified. I received my certificate in nursery management in 2005. Now, in 2012, I stand here as a vested member of the college community and the classified Senate president. I'm the full-time keeper of a 7.5-acre horticulture facility, the largest program in Northern California, and one of the only horticulture facilities in the state to offer an AA degree in landscape architecture. That's big. I'm so proud of the work that we do every day. I'm also proud of the quality of education that is offered here at Merritt College. The professional staff here are dedicated to the quality of your education. I'm proud to have worked with our leaders, Dr. George Herring and also Dr. Wise Allen, among many others dedicated to the community college. If it weren't for their dedication, faculty, administration team, our college would be in bad shape and not much good to the greater community. It was their willingness to step up in spite of budget challenges and ensure that the difficult work was completed, allowing us to make this celebration ever more meaningful. Our last year was consumed with accreditation. We're here today to celebrate. I'm sure that all the family and friends have much to celebrate in the days ahead. So go out there, get that job, read your ballot, vote in the elections. Make sure that this college is here for the next round. Have a good day.
It is now my pleasure to indicate to you the representative, the Associated Students of Merritt College, at AMC President Sinead Anderson. Let me tell you a little bit about Sinead. She came to Merritt College in 2008 at the tender age of 17 and a half, completing her GED from the East Oakland Youth Development Center. She has been tutoring at Merritt College since fall of 2008 and has been active in serving on the Student Council as an esteemed senator and previously as the president of the Black Student Union. Today, Sinead currently serves as the student body president of the Associated Students. She has worked with the Maximum Achievement Program, called MAP, as a part-time math tutor. She, as in 2011, participated and graduated from the University of California Environmental Leadership Pathway Program. Sinead is skilled in geospatial, oh, really? and has worked for United States Geological Survey, National Science Foundation, and the Maggie Kelly Lab to dig us. What the heck is that?
Come on.
Okay. In the company of Sinead, working very closely with the Alameda County Juvenile Justice Center, registering youth from all backgrounds into college and to assuring their continuum. She will graduate Merritt College next year with an associate's degree in mathematics and natural science and an AA degree in social science. After completing her undergraduate degree, she intends to complete her studies to obtain a graduate degree to pursue the career of conservation. Whoa, I can't read today. While pursuing her PhD, Sinead wants to focus her research on the behavioral ecology of long corridors. Sinead's ultimate interest is to teach science in urban kids and undergraduate communities. Sinead Anderson.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Harry. Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. To Chancellor Allen, the Board of Trustees, Merritt College faculty and staff, friends and families, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2012, it is only an honor and a privilege to stand amongst such excellency, and thank you for having me. Everyone knows, and if they didn't know, they will know today, that being a college student is not easy work. We work hard and tirelessly, and at the end of the day, we make a sacrifice for the betterment of ourselves, and most importantly, the betterment of the society as a whole. The day that you decided you were going to invest in your education is the day that you decided you were going to change the world. Do you feel the pressure? You made a global decision to be an asset instead of a liability, and positively influence not only the people around you, but your environment. Graduating class of 2012, you are unstoppable. You have achieved one of the many great achievements in your life. On behalf of the student body, we insist that you remember, today is not an ending. It is simply a continuum of the first day of the rest of your life. Go forward and pave a path that enlightens and encourages those who come after you. It does not matter what you have been called before, because today you are a graduate, and that triumphs everything. Congrats, grads.
Sinead, thank you for your inspirational words to your class of 2012. Good afternoon, graduates, and congratulations. I'm Anita Black, and I'm Vice President of Instruction here at the college. And I'm proud on behalf of the staff, but especially the faculty, to be awarding the degrees and certificates in recognition of the accomplishments of the class of 2012. Academic tradition requires that we recognize a student who has distinguished him or herself, in this case a him, by achieving the highest honors of scholarship in the graduating class. That person is honored as the class valedictorian. It is now my honor to introduce the valedictorian for the class of 2012. And I sure hope I get his name right. Taku Machore. Was that right? Machiroi, excuse me. Machiroi. Just a brief amount of information on his bio. Academically, Taku has maintained a 4.0 grade point average, while at the same time being active in numerous outside activities. His ability to learn and share his knowledge with others is highly commendable, and he maintains a humble manner at all times. Taku's goals on campus have always been how best he could assist Merritt College and striving toward achieving excellence academically and as a growing leader. As a result, he ran for the ASMC Senate and won. As part of his senatorial duties, he was a student member of the Merritt College Budget Committee. Away from college, Taku is the former secretary and incoming president of the San Francisco Bay Area National Association of Black Accountants Students Chapter, known as NABA. He has received several scholarship awards from NABA for his academic and leadership roles and has been selected as a finalist for the upcoming NABA National Convention to be held in Phoenix, Arizona this summer. In January of 2012, Taku was part of 150 undergraduate university students selected from across the United States to attend the Ernest and Young Diversity Leadership Conference in New York City, where he represented Merritt College as the only community college participant to attend the conference. Keen to use his leadership abilities in his community, Taku recently completed a 2-month program as a volunteer financial literacy instructor to a 4th grade class at Lazar Elementary School located in the Fruitvale district of Oakland. All 35 of Taku's students completed the program, and upon completion, each student received a $50 savings account to go towards their college tuition. Recently, Taku accepted a summer internship with Deloitte & Touche, San Francisco, which is one of the big 4 accounting and financial services firms in the world. Additionally, he has been placed in the Deloitte Next Generation Leadership Program to be held at Deloitte University Leadership Center in Westlake, Texas. Taku is a member of Phi Theta Kappa International Honor Society. Taku will be transferring to California State University East Bay's honor program, where he will double major in accounting and finance. His 8-year plan is to attain an MBA from Harvard Business School and return to Africa. Upon returning, he wants to further use his experiences and education to work with financial institutions and investment funds within Africa, such as the African Development Bank and Infrastructure Development Fund, where he will help formulate effective and efficient financial strategies and partnerships that aid in developing, sustaining, and globally competitive African economies. Taku is committed to representing his community and family by being a socially responsible leader. He attributes these characteristics to his late father, his mother, and his aunt. Congratulations, Taku, and would you please step forward? Taku?
Chancellor Allen, Dr. Herring, deans, faculty, staff, family, and friends, and most importantly, the graduation class of 2012. Good afternoon. So you've all heard it already. My name is Takudzwa Rinyararo Francis Machirori. But you guys can call me Taku, it's fine. All right, so a little bit about myself. I'm from a small country in southern Africa called Zimbabwe, and an even smaller capital city in that country called Harare. So I'm very big on being Pan-African, so I'm always taking to statistics. So quick question for everybody. Put your hand up, please, if you have been to Africa before. Okay, it's not too bad, it's not too bad, okay. Second question, put your hand up, please, if you've seen images of an African country, maybe. I mean, an African village in a magazine. Okay, all right, that makes sense. That works. All right, that's great. Well, that takes me into a short story that I wanted to tell you about. A couple of years ago, 2 salesmen from a top U.S. shoe company were sent to a small African village to go and sell shoes. They got there, the 2 of them, assessed the situation. First salesman calls headquarters, he says, "Boss, I don't understand what's going on here, boss. You sent us here to sell shoes. These people don't wear shoes. There's no market. Stop the shipment that you're going to send of sneakers. Second salesman, he's excited. He calls the boss. He says, boss, I need you to trust me right now. We've touched gold. There's no market here. These people don't wear shoes. Send 2 container loads of sneakers. The importance of this story boils down to 3 things, and I believe that these are the 3 things that are going to aid us in our future journeys. The first thing I want to touch upon is that we should all not wait for extraordinary opportunities. We should seize common occasions and make them great. We should remember that those that are ordinary wait for opportunities, but those that are strong create them and make them their own. In the case of the second salesman, he decided not to follow where the path may lead, but instead he went where there was no path and decided to leave a trail for others. Secondly, I'm kind of guilty to this one. I think a lot of us might be guilty, by the way. A lot of us miss opportunities because we believe they're dressed up in overalls and look a lot like work. I know when I was studying, I'll look at all my books and I'm like, man, I can't do all of this work. It's too much. But then I came to an understanding that half of knowing where you want to go is knowing what you have to give up. If you know you have to work hard and you have to put the hours in, do the work. At the end of the day, your fruits of your labor will be greater than the work you put in. Third thing, let's not be afraid to fail or make mistakes. If anything, let's be afraid to pass up opportunities that help us continue to move forward. It's interesting, a couple of months ago, I read an article in the New York Times. They did research on 300 of the most successful leaders in the past century and a half. These people included leaders like Nelson Mandela, Winston Churchill, the former Prime Minister of Great Britain during World War II, Mahatma Gandhi, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King. And these were the statistics. They found that a quarter of these people were handicapped. They either had crippled limbs or they were blind or deaf. The remaining 3/4 were born in poverty or broken homes or highly difficult circumstances. What made these people all so successful? They did not use the common excuse for failure. And that is what we have demonstrated so far. If you look at Nelson Mandela, he was in prison for 27 years. He did not use the excuse for failure. He kept on moving forward. If you look at Winston Churchill, he lost 40,000 citizens in Great Britain over the space of 3 days. He did not take failure as a common excuse. If you look at Gandhi, he led a revolution in India, a peaceful revolution in India. He lost people every day, but he never took the excuse for failure to keep on moving forward. This reminds me of a quote that I once read by Martin Luther King. He said, if you cannot fly, then run. If you cannot run, then walk. If you cannot walk, then crawl. But whatever you have to do, you have to keep on moving forward. And so I say this to you, Chancellor Allen, presidents, deans, faculty, staff, family members. Today, we graduate. But more importantly, we graduate from being a small part of the future. Today, we graduate from being a small part of the future and becoming the epitome of the present. Today, we graduate from being the story beneath to becoming the headlines above. Today, we graduate from being seen as the tail into being seen as the leaders. Ladies and gentlemen, today, Merritt College class of 2012 graduates as leaders. Now is the accepted time. Not tomorrow, not some more convenient season. It is today that our best work will be done in not some future day or future year. It is today that we fit ourselves for the greater usefulness of tomorrow. Today is our seed time. Now are the hours of honoring and continuing our work. And tomorrow comes the harvest and the playtime. I leave you all with one last quote. We should all understand that life is change, but growth is optional. May we continue to choose wisely between the changes in our lives and the growth paths we choose. Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you, Taku. Next, we are honoring your salutatorian. And before I ask her to come up, I'd like to give a brief bio for Erwin Marie McMullen. Rooted in the community of the San Francisco East Bay, Erwin was born in San Leandro and raised in Alameda County. Since graduating from high school, life has been an exposition of discovering, both personally and academically. With a spirit toward service and a motivation to relieve suffering, Erwin attended the National Holistic Institute in Emeryville and became a certified masseuse therapist. While working as a massage therapist, she felt strongly compelled to travel to distant lands to experience life outside of the United States. In 2004, before the 2007 financial collapse, Erwin traveled to India and Nepal, where she was deeply affected by the prevalent economic disparity that she witnessed while traveling between the villages and the cities. It was during that trip that she became determined to excel academically in an effort to work against the root causes of social injustice. Upon her return to the United States, Erwin enrolled in the Peralta Community Colleges and has worked diligently towards fulfilling her goal of receiving higher education in legal studies through completing an associate degree at Merritt College in Paralegal Studies. Erwin is a member of Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society and looks forward to furthering her educational achievements through following her dream of attending a top 10 law school. Erwin has expressed that it is as a result of sheer tenacity that she finds herself in the position of salutatorian for Merritt College Class 2012. Congratulations, Erin. Would you please step forward? Thank you. Many of the students being honored here this afternoon already have received various scholarships and awards. Merritt staff and students celebrated the achievements and at the annual awards banquet held this year on May 15th. Those who receive scholarships or awards, please stand up and be recognized. Isn't that all the Phi Theta Kappa students? We are extremely proud of your accomplishments. You may be seated. Graduates and guests, in your commencement program, you will notice small stars next to some of the names. Those stars signify the honors that you have received based on your cumulative grade point average. Those of you with 3.25 through 3.49 GPA have 1 star next to your name and have received honors. Please stand and be recognized at this time. Congratulations, and you may be seated. Those of you with 3.5 through 3.74 GPA have 2 stars next to your name and have received high honors. Will you please stand and be recognized? Congratulations, you may be seated. Those of you with 3.75 to that great number up yonder, 4.0 GPA, have 3 stars next to your name and have received highest honors. Will you please stand and be recognized? Congratulations to you too. You will also notice that some of the students are wearing gold stoles. These students have a grade point average of 3.5 or higher. Some of these students are members of Phi Theta Kappa International Honor Society for the 2-year college. In addition, all students with a 3.25 or above grade point average are wearing gold tassels. Now, I would like to call back President Herring for the introduction of our guest speaker. President Herring.
It is now my great pleasure to introduce our 2012 commencement speaker, Dr. Wise Allen, Chancellor of the Peralta Community College District. I'm going to take a little bit of deliveries because I think all of you that have had programs have his bio in front of him. And I want to take a little personal interest in because Wise and I go back a long way. I was hired in 2000 and I was hired in 2070 and he was hired, oh, wait a second. I should have read this, okay. I was hired in 2000, 19,000, 14,000. I worked here in the district for 34 years. But Wise was not behind me. He worked for 33 years. He's done many, many things. And I'm going to have to divert from this program. As I said, I've known Wise for a long time. He's had many positions. He's been a city manager for City of Berkeley. He's had many jobs with the county welfare department, the psychology department. He's done everything that one would expect of a man. He went to San Francisco State, and probably one of the most important things that most people don't know is he's a brother. He's Omega Psi Phi, as am I. Let me tell you about what he's done the last 4 or 5 years, which I think is really critical. He has come in here and raised the level of Peralta to a much higher standard than we've ever had. He became the vice chancellor when we were in debt. He's here in a period when the state is not providing additional money for him. In fact, last year, the state did not give community colleges over $400 million. Our share was 4 or 5 million, maybe a little bit higher, maybe 11 million, I'm not really sure. But Wise, in his infinite wisdom of not only understanding people, but he understood budget. And he has brought in a team that have worked with him to make sure, along with the trustees, and I won't forget the trustees because they were a major emphasis in this. The trustees and Wise have got this district where we're going to be financially sound. And somebody on this stage said something about a election that's going to be held on June 5th. I don't know what it is, but I can't remember what it is. But if you can vote, you need to vote for it on June 5th. Measure B. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce and present to you Dr. Wise Allen, Chancellor of the Peralta District. Thank you.
Whenever we have an emergency, I call on George. And that's why he's here now, and he always responds. Board of Trustees, Dr. George Herring, Dr. Adams, the President Emeritus, would you stand? Is here. Members of the faculty, honored guests, parents, relatives, and especially members of the Merritt College graduating class of 2012. Good afternoon. I have a small gift for all of you. I'm going to keep my speech short. It's not that I don't have a lot to say, but I know you have a lot to look forward to on this very special day. Getting those certificates and diplomas you have worked so hard for, joining your families and friends to celebrate, and getting started on your future. So I will keep my remarks short. Graduation, far from being an end, is the beginning of all your tomorrows. Sure, it is the end of one path, but the beginning of another. Although, when I was young, I had many fantasies. And let me share with you a childhood dream. It is a recurring dream that I had as a child. In this dream, I was king of the world, single-handedly solving all of the world's problems and making it a beautiful, idyllic place to be. This, of course, is a child's dream, but it inspired me, and I became a social worker so that I could help others. And as I grew and learned more, I began to realize that problems were rarely simple, and solutions could often be more perplexing than the problems they were meant to solve. As I studied the thoughts and dreams of some of our greatest thinkers, a wonderful thing began to happen to me. I began to see our country as a land born out of a sense of justice and striving year after year, decade after decade, to become a model of freedom. Believe me, we're not there yet, but we do have the first African American president. Although I lost my childhood fantasy of being the king of the world, I gained a larger perspective that I am, and all of us, in fact, are part of a viable, honest, and ever-changing society that, in spite of its problems, still works towards solution. And again, that's why you have Barack Obama as the president. For me, this was the beginning of my civic and my human consciousness. I realized that the contribution of an individual to society is important and does indeed make a difference. Now, suppose for a moment that everyone would discover this too, that all of us did what we could to make a difference in the world, to make it a better place. Oh, what a truly wonderful place this would be. I believe that such a world is possible. I believe that through education, we each find our worth, our place in society, and through our efforts, we shape and improve the society we live in. And if we remember this, we will live our lives in such a manner that we will continue to teach others that every life has worth, every life has merit, and each of us does make a contribution to the society of which we are all a part. Over the past several years, as part of this society we live in, you have worked hard, studied hard, practiced, and played hard, and grown intellectually and emotionally. Now, you are here ready to begin your journey down those paths and roads we call life. Think hard about where you wish to go. Keep in mind the saying that life is half spent before we know what it is. And choose your directions carefully, or as I like to say, wisely. And once you have chosen, stay the course. It may not be easy, but remain focused on your dreams, your goals, and stay the course. Follow the path. The race is not to the swift, nor the battle to the strong. It is said. Remember, there is no substitute for hard work, perseverance, and following your intuition, your gut, your heart. A good beginning is only of value if you stay the course and persevere to your chosen end. And who among us knows what that end, that goal, will bring? For some of you, the journey will lead to a job. For others, the responsibilities of family living. And for some, the road will mean continuing college and more years of study and preparation. Whatever path you choose, it is my sincere hope that you will look back on your years here at Merritt College as having prepared you to meet, to tackle the challenges that life presents to all of us. Take what you have learned here at this great historic institution and use it. Use it as you begin your life here in this particular college as an educated person, as a person with knowledge and skills. The very fact that you have completed your studies and are part of the graduating class means that you have prepared yourself to accept new responsibilities and to meet the demands of a new world. The faculty and staff of Merritt College, all of us as educators, and you as students, have each done your part. Now you stand at a fork in the road. The world, with all that it has to offer and all that it demands, is before you. Contemplating this awe-inspiring, but it is liberating as well. You are free to choose, free to make decisions, free to live your life. As you say farewell to each other today, you say hello to all those tomorrows ahead of you. Grab hold of those tomorrows. Use what you have learned here at Merritt College and build a bright, successful future. Now we have to be realistic too. You're graduating during some of the toughest economic times this country has ever faced. While it may be harder for you to find a job than it was for previous graduates, don't let that deter you. Let it strengthen you. Appreciate your strengths and continue to work hard, to follow your heart. It may not be easy out there, but it is also a time to think different. Maybe you trained for a specific career, but can that same training be used for another career? Can't find a job as soon as you would like? Maybe you can be your own boss. Start a new company, design a new product. Of course, there's a lot of information out there on the web, but you must use the critical thinking and the critical skills you have gained here at Merritt to separate the wheat from the chaff and know the right path to follow. Not all paths lead to prosperity and fulfillment. So, again, choose carefully. Although the economy is still recovering, these are some of the most innovative, entrepreneurial times to live in. Just look at the new products, the services, the apps, the startups out there. All of them started by someone just like you. Just think about it. 90% of new jobs in the next decade have not even been created yet. That's inspiring. That's your future. Think different. Take all that you have learned here at Merritt College and apply it to something different, something new, something no one has thought of before. I challenge you to think different, to work hard, and to create your future. Don't wait for others or a job to create a future for you. You have the power to create your own future and to succeed all on your own without anybody else. And I know you will. Therefore, on behalf of the Board of Trustees, the President, the faculty, and staff of Merritt College, and the Peralta Community College District, I wish each and every one of you happiness, a productive life, the respect of your fellow human beings, and the love of your family. May the future be yours. Congratulations to the class of 2012.
Thank you, Chancellor, for that inspiring speech, and I'm sure our graduates that are listening take heed to that. I want to thank you for that tremendous address. I would like to present you a special gift from the Merritt faculty to you. Actually, two gifts. To Wise Allen, PhD, in sincere appreciation for your strategic vision, outstanding leadership, and inspiration and commitment to Merritt College, May 24th, 2012. And this wonderful gift that I can't tell you about because I haven't seen it.